Okay, so today's session is about teaching with minimal resources. This is actually the best thing I like. I mean, if I can teach with minimal resources, I feel very happy myself. I don't know how you're feeling about it, because then we can actually teach in low resource contexts. But it's not easy. We will discuss how to use a variety of activities with teaching with limited resources. I think it's an important skill, and adapt low resource activities for language points and explore ways of using resources in a creative way. Uh, First of all, what's the most important resource in the classroom for you? What's the most important?
Whiteboard, textbook, paper and pen,
worksheet.
The book
Maybe
itself.
worksheets. The book itself, yes. The worksheets in maybe private schools, not in public school. Yeah, whiteboard, the textbook, and that's everything in our governmental school.
Yeah, but I think the most important one for me is the teacher and the learner as a resource. So this is, I mean, imagine a teacher who has access to all resources, but who is not creative, who doesn't know how to use them, or who cannot come up with any ideas. But in another context, maybe a teacher who is really creative, who can be resourceful with so many ideas. I think this is the first and the most important thing. I think
And the matter is how you how the teacher present the material itself or the content to their learners and the students.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but but I think she mean resources by what is the resources inside the classroom, like whiteboard, internet, computer. We use AI like Gemini, like ChatGPT. We don't use this inside the classroom. These these resources.
But today's topic is mostly about teaching with no resources. Imagine you are teaching English, but you are not using any of these. You are only using maybe your maybe the board only. Think about only using the board, but only limited resources. Maybe just a paper, maybe nothing else. So we will come up with ideas about teaching with minimal resources. But first, I want to play a game with you. This is, I mean, you know this very well, I'm sure. Two truths and a lie, or maybe, two things, two of these are correct. One of them is wrong about me. Which one do you think is correct? Which one is a lie or not correct? You can ask questions. Abseiling, do you know what that means?
No.
Let me, okay, I will, well, if I can show you. It's like there is a rope and you are attached to a mountain, and then you jump through the mountain with that rope.
like bungee jumping?
Not really, but something like this.
Like military training.
So
Yes, like
you live your,
We don't have a mountain here. We have only in one place in Ajlan.
Okay.
Landing from the top of the mountain.
Yes.
Climbing.
Different than zip line, guys.
Not climbing, but
skiing by using ropes, maybe.
Yes, the opposite of climbing, but you just
there is many sites in Jordan to climb. If you want to climb, sometimes you can come to Jordan and climb as you want. But it's with very hard mountains, something like Sikh, something like Nippo. There is many places.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to travel a long way. Here in Irbid, we have a plane, only plane. Okay, I can't go to Ajlan or Nepal or in the south.
You can't go to the south.
Yeah,
You have
I
to go to the
couldn't
south,
because
to
I
Petra. To...
Okay.
I
Which one is not correct, do you think? Well, one of them is not correct. Yes, landing from top of the mountain. Exactly, Omar. Which one is not correct? Do you think I have worked as a cook, or I've done abseiling, or I've eaten snake?
Number one.
Maybe
The third
this
one.
is number one
Third one,
is
how I have a
right.
snake. Snake is snake.
So you think number two, number three? Okay, which
Three,
one?
three,
Number,
three.
I
I
think
think
Number
all
three.
of
three.
them.
Number three.
I think
Why do
all
you
of
think
them.
so? Okay, you should explain the reason. One by one, but please raise your hand and explain the reason. Okay, Omar.
Yes, I think number three.
Is not correct, you think?
Yes, I think is not correct. Number
Why do
three.
you think so?
Because we cannot eat a snake.
Okay, thank you, Omar. And then Novar, what do you think?
I think all of them incorrect for you.
No,
Because
two of them are correct. I tell you, two of them are correct. One of them is not.
yeah, two of them. Maybe the third one.
Okay.
Because no one, but depends on the type of the snake, maybe. Maybe the different types of
maybe
snakes.
maybe
Okay. One by
number
one.
three
Yes,
is an alien.
maybe. Yeah. Who knows? Noor, what do you think?
I think the first one. يعني I have worked as a cooker, مش a cook.
Okay. Why do you think I don't look like a cook?
I don't I don't
Can I
talk
answer?
about you. I talk in general.
No,
Yeah.
these are two
Maybe.
of these I have done. Which of these
Yes.
I have not done?
Can I answer? Can I
Yes,
answer,
please.
please?
Yes, Nabila.
Maybe
Now
number
I
three.
understand.
Yes,
I
maybe
don't
number
think that
three
you
is
have you eaten a snake before, يعني. I don't think
no.
that you don't you have eaten a snake.
Okay.
It's number three.
Maybe
Okay.
the wrong one is number three, because we can't say I have eaten snake without an article. We said I have eaten a snake, maybe, or I have eaten snake meat.
Okay. Well, grammatically, okay, but I'm just talking about the meaning, so ignore the grammar. Okay.
Can I give an
Yes,
answer?
please. Yes, Dina.
I think number two, because done up ceiling, it needs like a strong body with the muscles. And I think your appearance that you are somehow thin, and really this sports needs like a highly qualified sports people. This is what I think.
Okay, good one. Okay, thank you. What about Oday?
I think number three is incorrect because no one can eat snake.
Okay.
Somebody in the world. There is somebody in the world can eat a snake, يعني. And they very interesting to do this.
Yeah, there are.
Bedouin people in Jordan,
Have you ever tasted
the
before?
Basque people, Bedouin people eat a snake. Not all, but you don't look to eat a snake.
Oh.
It's not your favorite meal.
Okay, well, we'll see. And
Good
Omar,
evening.
what would you say?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
I think it's a two truths and a lie activity.
Yes,
There
that's
isn't
true.
there isn't a grammatically wrong sentence.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about grammar. I'm asking you which one I have done, which one is.
Can I answer?
Yes,
Which one I haven't.
we need to guess which one is the lie.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yes, Mohammed, what do you think?
I think the third one maybe it syntactically have another meaning in semantics. Maybe it's idiom, or and also there are some people, as my friend said, eat snakes around the world. The second one I think is wrong.
Okay. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. Yes, I mean, I will reveal the real answer. Yes, I have worked as a cook a long time ago. It was a project. So I went to Spain, Mallorca, and I worked there as a cook in a it was a youth camp, voluntary youth camp. I went there as a cook for 2 weeks. I worked in the kitchen. So this one, and when I was in Spain, yes, I've done this sport there. But it was not too difficult, I think. It was just, a bit scary because it was really high mountain. It was like an adventure day with more experienced mountaineers. And I've done this, but I haven't eaten a snake. So those of you who answered number 3, you found the answer. Thank you.
As we mentioned, yeah, you didn't eat a snake, but you took frogs and something like that.
No, I
You have tried frogs and some reptiles, maybe.
No, thank you.
What is the wrong answer, doctor?
The wrong one is number 3. I haven't eaten a snake, and
why you didn't try eat snake till now, yani?
No, thank you. But I prefer.
It is not your favorite snack, not favorite meal.
Not. No, definitely not. I think I won't be able to.
I advise you to try.
You try. You try.
Yeah, but you have to go to Indonesia and Korean and Vietnam in order to eat something like that meals.
Not me.
There is a lot of people eating snakes.
Exactly. So the point is, only I wrote 3 sentences, and it created some kind of speaking. What do you think? I mean, would you try something with your learners? Because they are also curious about teachers' lives. And, I asked you to explain why. So you said, okay, because of that and this and that. So what do you think about this? I didn't have to create any resources. I just wrote 3 sentences about myself. Would that create kind of excitement in your classrooms?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. How would you adapt it? How would you use it? Maybe it could be about anything, like I can, maybe, if they don't know I have worked or I have done with maybe simpler structures. So this is what actually, what minimal resources. This is an example activity, but we will come up with more ideas now. Okay. Now,
minimalism in general. I want to talk something.
Exactly.
In minimalism in general, that how you can fit the with the little resources and little devices in your class, how you can create it and make it as a dynamic to create a dynamic atmosphere in the class.
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
In general, in minimalism.
This is really important.
Yes.
It's not easy. Sometimes it's more difficult because you need to really find that activity that creates that dynamic classroom environment. But we can do this. There are so many tools to help us. For example, vocabulary we teach. So I would like to ask you now. I will give you a topic, and then about this topic, you will write in the chat as many words as you can. Okay. But yes, let's first, what are the topics? What vocabulary do you teach? Yes, Nancy says animals, toys, classroom objects, body parts, family members. What other vocabulary topics? Transport. Okay. Then. What topics? What topics? Okay, let's choose one of them. Let's choose transport. Okay, transport. Can you write as many words as you can in the chat about the topic transport? Let's see how many words we can write. Bus, car, lorry, okay. Plane, let's go. Van, car ferry. Okay, metro, train, coach, okay, taxi, ship. So many.
Actions.
Subway. So what if you are teaching transport vocabulary, then you brainstorm together. What would be the next step for you? What else can we do with those vocabulary? So students brainstorm so many words about transportation. What would be the next step? What would you do? What would you ask them to do?
Maybe to show them flashcards for transport items.
Yes, Naveen, that's a very good idea.
Maybe write sentences about these transports.
Okay, let's write these ideas here and try to come up with ideas that require no preparation, advanced preparation. Let's think about, that minimalism that Noor mentioned. Okay, transport. So we said
yes, maybe we can play a game as a team. We can divide the classroom into two teams, and the first students, for example, give me the name of transportation, for example, bus. The other one, he wants to play, for example, train, and at the end, we have a winner.
Okay, so we can play a game like this. Definitely, that's a very good idea. Yes, Nancy?
Yes, there's another activity including teaching vocabulary I used with my learners. It's called Backs to the Board. I asked two students to come in front to the board, one standing with his face to the board and the other his back is to the board. I write, for example, one word of transport, for example, a car. Then the one who's facing the board started asking questions, yes or no questions, in order to let the other one who's back to the board to guess what is the transport.
That's a very good idea. Yeah, excellent. So, okay, so we play back to the board and then they are also practicing crosswords. Okay, crosswords and matching. Okay.
Competition.
Competition.
Maybe
What kind of?
Yes, maybe we can draw also. We can draw a picture and someone behind the student, someone describe it to the boy and he will guess or know what is the transport he wants to talk about.
So that's
Maybe
also
dictation
another.
also.
Sorry?
Dictation.
Dictation. Can you describe what you mean by dictation?
For example, I give my students, as we did a topic, and ask them to write as many words as they can.
Okay, that's a very nice idea. So do you dictate or what happens? Sorry, I missed it.
No, they write the words they know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it brainstorming or dictation?
Maybe both. I also can check their writing skills.
I see what you mean. Okay, so they write. Okay.
Yes.
And miming says okay, miming. How would that work? Would you like to tell us? So how can they mime? Okay, maybe plane is easy, but train, bus, yeah, it's a very challenging one, but I think it's good fun. They would really enjoy it.
Yes, it depends
I
on
have
the
another
topic.
idea. Maybe
Yes,
we
please.
can use the YouTube and we can let the students listen to the sounds of a car, train, and they guess what is this sound for.
Yes.
That's very good idea. That's another one. So yeah, have we used lots of
And also,
Yes.
we can also play a game, which is by saying, what if? What if, for example, we want to go to USA? What shall we take, for example, as a transport? By giving them real situation and ask them, what if? Yani, like this question.
Okay, excellent idea.
How do you come in your school? How do you come to your school?
Also, memory game. Showing them the memory game.
We can make a word mapping.
Word map. What is it like? Can you describe?
Yes. Take one topic like travel, and draw a circle on the board, and ask students to come up and add related words.
Okay. Like okay, like a map, yes, related words. And then okay,
We
so
can also play word tennis. It's a good way.
like what is it like?
Word tennis.
Word tennis, okay. Can you describe it?
Yes, some students said, for example, We have several type of transport. We write transport on the board. Some students said, let's begin by car. The other student maybe said taxi. The second one turned on aeroplane, boat, lorry, truck, and so on.
Okay, so who falls the ball, right? Who doesn't come up with any word? That is the okay. So the other one is the winner. Thank you. Well, can you see how many activities we've come up with? And most of them, almost all of them, and yeah, except some of them, but still they don't also require a lot of preparation. Still, maybe we can include them as minimum resources. Mohammed, you would like to add something, or is this an alt hand? Okay, so this is what it's actually about. So we can actually use our imagination, our creativity. That's why I want to say, teacher is the main resource. So it is you now, at the moment, you are coming up with all these ideas. So with only one vocabulary topic, transport, you have come up with so many ideas, fantastic ideas. But of course, it's about vocabulary. We will come back to this again. About how to use minimal resources with other skills and including grammar also. But first, let's have another activity. This time, our word is tennis. Okay, so imagine that you are teaching this topic, tennis. And here are some ideas for the possible adaptations, the different ways we can play around the word tennis. So can you come up with some ideas? What are the past and present forms of tennis? Maybe you need to use it with a verb.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Hello. For past and present, we can talk about the history of playing tennis in the past. And describing the events and the teams that they played this sport before. And for the present, we can describe, to talk about the rules for playing the tennis nowadays and how is it different from the past? How are they different from the past? Maybe as a comparing between the past and the present, maybe.
Yeah. Also, even simply, I played. So even we're in very simple terms, teaching past tense with that. So I play tennis every week. I played tennis yesterday. So, but also I really like the idea of these history and rules. Mohammed and Omar. Yes, Omar.
Yes, we can talk about the players in the past and the players in the present tense.
Yeah, that would be also
Like
interesting.
Boris Becker and John McEnroe was in the past. Now, like Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic, players in the present tense.
Yeah, thank you, Omar. You are following, I think. Yeah, you are following.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so this is one other thing. Yes, about if we are teaching adjective and comparative superlative, how can we connect it with tennis? Nancy?
Yes, we can compare tennis with other games, like table tennis and tennis, or with the volleyball. We can ask them to what's their favorite sport and use the superlative form.
Nice one. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
So we use fast with tennis, right? So that could be also another, or maybe the fast.
We also in this point we also can mention adjectives related to the tennis, something like enjoyable,
Yes,
enthusiasm. enjoyable, enthusiasm, fascinating, something like that, in order to make it more related.
Yes, so we can also definitely describe adjectives to describe tennis. And yeah, we can maybe
comparative, we
show.
can يعني compare it with another يعني نقول tennis is more fascinating than مثلا volleyball, etc. Something like that, to make a sentence and to make adjectives and comparative in the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also a great activity to encourage them, maybe, you know, to talk about sports. So, and then, okay, adjective and extreme. So we also
Same
extreme
thing with the
adjectives.
same point يعني.
Very similar. What about collocations? Collocations related to tennis.
Table tennis.
Hit the ball or win a match.
Tennis courts.
Hit the ball. Yes. So excellent.
Rockets.
Tennis mat, tennis ball, tennis racket, tennis court, play tennis, tennis player, tennis tournament, table tennis.
Tennis net, net, racket.
Yeah, so many words. I mean, we haven't even opened the book, so they have learned so many things now. Same stress syllabus. What do you think? What can we do about this?
Based on if it starts with noun or verbs, we put the syllable or
we have
stress.
2 syllables, player 2 syllables. We can say that.
The vowels itself, where is the vowels? And we can divide it to the 2 syllables by 10, ness.
Yeah.
Competition.
Break the word into syllables.
Yeah.
Yes, competition.
Divided it. Make something. Octave TN, right? TEN. Okay, hyphen and IC.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Compare it maybe with our mother tongue. So in Turkish, for example, we write it like this.
Tense.
And rhyming words.
Rhyming words, tennis, honest.
Ball, maybe, wall.
Ball, roll.
Roll, okay. Well, we can...
Net, set, scored.
Net, set. Nice, nice.
Ball, call. Yes, ball, call.
Hat.
Land, sand.
Okay, well, you are very creative. And
Clementina.
verb and sentence.
Play, catch.
Verb and play, catch,
Play,
hit.
I play tennis.
Set, rise.
Send
through.
Serve the ball.
Serve, yes.
Handed, for example.
Catch the ball.
Well, I don't know much.
Score.
Score, yes.
Knock
the
ball. Hit the ball.
Point.
Ball. So many words. So it's actually, I mean, sometimes, you know, we may have I don't know if you have this opportunity, but it would be really helpful sometimes just playing around, you know, all those words and getting some creativity from the learners as well, and helping them see that, you know, it's actually fun. It's not just constrained by the worksheets or books, but it's something alive. Language is there for us to explore. So we have done so many activities around tennis. Now it's your turn. In your group, I would like you to have a discussion and share other minimal resource activities you use for teaching vocabulary. We gave some examples. You gave some examples. What other examples you have for teaching grammar? But try to focus on activities that you don't use any resources, only maybe the board, blackboard, whiteboard, only that, no worksheets, no books, nothing else. But how can we teach grammar? Listening, reading, maybe with minimal resources, only again by maybe reading something, but nothing more. No worksheets. For listening only with the audio, but imagine that you don't have an audio. You have only teacher, learner in the classroom with no equipment. How can we teach with minimal resources, speaking, pronunciation? So we should maybe, challenge each other, remind each other that imagine you are only in a classroom with no resources. How can we teach? And what are the ways we can teach those with minimal resource activities? So I will give you 7 minutes to have a discussion. And yes, after 7 minutes, please take a note, note taker, and come back with some ideas, okay? So, all right. What are we doing now? Can somebody summarize?
We have to mention how we can teaching listening without any record, but just depends on the board.
Learners and
briefly.
Learners and the teacher. Only listening or other?
Reading, grammar, pronunciation.
Grammar, listening, how we can teach grammar in minimalism.
Yes, vocabulary, grammar, listening, reading, speaking, pronunciation. Okay, and how many minutes do we have?
7 minutes.
Thank you. Okay, see you then in the breakout rooms.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Mohammed. Okay, I will send you to the breakout room again.
Okay, please.
Yes, thank you. I don't know what's the problem with me with something like this.
Yeah, internet connection problem, Monta.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Grammar. Write different words on the board, on small scraps of paper, or student which or just tell student which word they are. The tax student must physically yes miss.
We can use also flashcards to show students what are the new words are. We can use also words that we can write the new words on cards and hang them on the whiteboard and to ask students to match the cards with the correct pictures.
We can also ask students to act. Yani, for example, to tell them the word in secret way, and ask students to act these words. Ask the rest of the students to guess what's the vocabulary that he or she is acting.
Yes.
The students must physically stand on the correct order to form a grammatically correct sentences. This is especially for question or complex tenses.
Yes. And for teaching listening, for me, I use it with my
not on focusing on stress or intention. And students then clap for stress syllables. And for example, we have, for example, important. For example, listen, I talk to my students. Important. How many syllables? We can clap with your hands. Important. We have 3 syllables, so we can. Yes, we can use by clapping their hands. For example, beautiful, cute, people. Yes.
But we need more something like dynamic, more activated to the students.
Yes, my students enjoy this way. For example, if we have syllables, yes, how many syllables? And I use this way when I have adjective, comparative and superlative adjective. If I, for example, comparative adjective, we add er for a short syllable, a short syllable, and yes, more. How we can know this is a long?
We have to make it easily and simple.
Yes, easily.
We avoid the combined words and
no. It doesn't combine word. It's a long adjective. For example, we want to make a comparative between 2 adjectives, and this adjective, for example, a long adjective. How they decide this is a long adjective or short adjective by clapping their hands. For example, amazing.
To make it's a pronunciation. How we can let a students
pronunciation
deeply save it and make it easily to use.
Can I answer?
I think clapping their hands it's very it's the easiest way. Clap their hands. Yeah.
For reading, we can use the textbook. We can ask students to read. We can give them.
Yes, and then we can write the short question on the board and ask the students to write it.
We can divide the students into groups. Yes, we can divide the students into groups and ask them to read the text.
Which is written on the board.
Yes, about grammar, we use deductive and inductive strategy on the board.
Yes. The traditional strategy.
Traditional
strategy.
Okay.
That's all.
What about when? Okay. What about listening? What about listening?
Okay. So, okay, Nabila, let's start with you.
Me?
Nabila?
Sorry.
Yes. Now we discussed in our room about vocabulary, and we said that a teacher tells a very short story or descriptions orally. For example, about a daily routine. Students listen and write down any new words they hear, then guess the meaning from context and share with the group. This is about vocabulary. Grammar, we said that teacher reads sentence aloud using one grammar point, for example, past simple. Students listen and identify the tense, then repeat and create their own similar sentences. By using deductive and inductive way. About listening and reading, we said that teachers read short text loud. Students first listen only, then listen again and answer simple comprehension questions. Afterward, the text can be written on the board for reading. Here we have listening and reading. About speaking, after listening to a short dialogue or story, students work in pairs and retell what they heard using their own words, by using their language, simple words. The last thing's pronunciation. Teacher says a list of words or sentence. Students listen and repeat, focusing on stress. Students then clap for stressed syllable. That's all.
Thank you. So many great ideas.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, I mean, they are all doable, easy to implement. Thank you so much. Nancy, what would you like to add?
Like to talk about listening and speaking. We talked about an activity called listen and point. When learners listen to a word that teacher says, and then they have to point to the correct card or correct picture. And there is another one, listen and do. Teachers gives them orders or tell them to do an action, and the students have to listen and do the action correctly. About speaking or for speaking, 20 questions. There's a strategy called the 20 questions. The teacher writes a sentence on the board. For example, she writes something that is dangerous. And the students have to ask yes or no questions in order to guess what is the teacher thinking about.
Nice one. Okay. Oh, they are all very nice, engaging activities, right? So it can also be used maybe as a warmer at the beginning or
Yes,
to
exactly.
recycle the previous lessons. Words. Thank you so much. So these are excellent ideas. Anwar?
Okay, for vocabulary, we can also, if we don't have any photos or pictures related to the vocabulary in their textbooks, we can ask some student, professional one, to draw the pictures at the board, or the teacher maybe can draw the pictures to show if she's a professional or talented in drawing. And for the grammar, we can maybe use a deductive and inductive way approaches, or we can use storytelling if we explain a narrative, for example, tenses, to show how when we use the narrative tenses, for example. For listening and reading, I think these two skills are related to each other because we can, in both of them, write some questions at the board. The first time I ask a student to listen, cover their books or don't open their books, just listen to me, to the reading text, write some questions, 2 to 3 questions for listening, not too much, because some students, they cannot focus on what you, and while you are reading the text and whatever. But after a while, they check their answers by reading the text.
Can you repeat that, please? So, do you read the text? They don't see the text, but
yeah, unseen text for them. Don't
okay.
open your book, and I read the same text on their textbook, for example, just to listen to me. That's helpful. It's a good way for the student to check their pronunciation of some words while you are listening, to focus on you, and to focus to find specific information that for the questions that you have already written at the board. Then after that, ask them to discuss between each other. So here we can practice speaking also to find the answers for the questions. Then ask them to present their answers. And after that, you can ask them to open their books, read the text, and check your answers.
Again, this time by seeing.
Yeah, so here we can use maybe 4 skills at the same time. We can listen, discuss for speaking, write their own answers for the questions at the board. Then after that, open your book and check your answers by reading the text. Maybe you ask some student to read the answer for the first questions from the text in the book.
Okay.
So yeah, pronunciation, I think, by it, some words they have, some students, they have difficulty when they pronounce it. So the teachers maybe focus on these words by asking students to repeat after her, or repeat the words for most of the students. Yes, Hassan, repeat the same word, Lu'ai, etc. Okay, to check it, each one of them pronounce it correctly.
Thank you. Have you ever tried dictation? Has anybody tried dictation?
Yeah, I want to say that for listening, also for dictation. We mentioned that in the chat room. So we said, we can make a small dictation for the words, for example, vocabulary, new vocabulary that student learn, by ask some student to come at the board and dictate them some words that already have learned.
Yes, dictation can be at the word level, but also at the paragraph level as well. Has anybody tried like dictate? Actually, this was in the plan, but we won't be able to finish it.
Dictation need listening.
So I was actually planning to do this. Yes, I was planning to read that. You were not going to see the slide, just like, unseen. I was going to ask you to write down what you remember, but we won't have much time. But please read that. So there are also some ideas also. This was actually a dictation activity, but we won't have time for this. But if you can please read it silently, that would be great, because it also includes some ideas.
The point is dictation. You cannot teach as minimalism. You need to listening and recording and simple words, simple sentence at the beginning, especially at the beginning, and repeated. You need training and repeating much on the hard words and to choose it's different from accent to other. Yeah, the word itself is different from the accent, dialects, with different dialects, a different accent. We have problems in dictations.
It's not easy, but it needs to be maybe simple, not too difficult. The text needs to be very
focus
simple.
in the words, single words and short story, short sentences, something like that.
Yeah, it needs to be, yes, definitely short and achievable for the learners. Otherwise, they won't be interested if it's too difficult. But yeah, here it says picture dictation. For example, you describe something, for example, a room, and then students have to draw it. It works really well, especially, when you are teaching young learners. You can just describe a robot, for example, by using some different shapes. Or a room, like draw a room. It's blue on the right. So you can just describe the room, and then they draw it, and then they can compare their drawing. You can then teach furniture and ask them to repeat the activity in pairs. When it comes to teaching grammar, you can do simple sentence completion with interesting topics. For pronunciation, maybe through some simple drills.
The problem in pronunciation itself, because water in American accent is different from British accent. Water, it need more single pronunciation, different pronunciation in the same word.
But as long as we pronounce it, I mean, our accents, of course, I speak English with Turkish accent. You speak
standard English accent, standard.
Yes, but as long as we pronounce it correctly, the important point is now people are talking about plurilingualism, multilingualism. So it's not just about using British or American accent. Our own accents bring variety to the language, but pronouncing correctly, maybe using the right stress. But yeah, these are the things we can focus on. So here there is also another activity like bingo. So yeah.
Can I say something about bingo?
Yes, please.
We will choose words about a topic, then one of the students will read a story as a participation. Then the students hear the words and guess which one is right. So the chosen one, who chooses the right word, he will win.
Okay, that's another great activity. I haven't used bingo like this. So you give students, you read the story, you give them cards, bingo cards. What's written on the bingo cards? Different words.
What about singing? What about singing? This used for kindergarten, especially by singing, by dancing.
Nice.
Use touch your head. So if we teach human body, touch your I touch my eye. Which word? So they say.
I see. That's a very nice idea. Thank you so much. So as you can see, these all require minimum resources, not any preparation, but teachers' creativity. So that's the key. Thank you so much. So we are the biggest and the most important resource really in the classroom.
Thank you.
Okay, so have a lovely rest of the week and see you next week, inshallah. Thank you so much once again for your active participation, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will violate our